Lilith, Adam's first wife, the truth behind the legend. Part 1. Introduction. Sowing the seeds of mystery. Under the gentle flicker of candlelight, casting long, dancing shadows across ancient texts, we embark on a journey into the shrouded corners of forgotten lore. The biblical narrative of creation, familiar to many, speaks of Adam and Eve, the first man and woman, intertwined in the garden. Yet, whispers from the annals of history, from texts often overlooked or deemed apocryphal, speak of another figure, a woman who predated Eve, a figure cloaked in both allure and terror. Was Adam truly alone before Eve, or does an older, more enigmatic story lie concealed, waiting to be unearthed? Tonight, we peel back the layers of time to confront a legend that has haunted the fringes of Abrahamic tradition for millennia. The tale of Lilith, Adam's purported first wife. We will venture beyond the comfort of the canon, into the rich tapestry of myth and folklore, to discern the truth behind this enduring enigma and the profound questions it poses about creation, autonomy, and the very nature of humanity. Part 2. The journey of deeper discovery. The historical and cultural crucible, where Lilith emerges. To understand the enduring legend of Lilith, we must first transport ourselves to the ancient Near East, a vibrant crucible of cultures where myths intertwined and narratives evolved. The concept of powerful female demons, often associated with night, winds, and child mortality, was deeply embedded in Mesopotamian mythology, predating any coherent biblical narrative. Figures like the Sumerian Lilitu, the Babylonian Ardat Lili, and Labartu demons known for preying on children and men provide a crucial ancestral lineage for the later Hebrew Lilith. These early depictions often feature winged, predatory entities inhabiting desolate places. The earliest known textual reference to Lilith, specifically in a Jewish context, appears in the Babylonian Talmud, a foundational text of Rabbinic Judaism compiled between the 3rd and 5th centuries CE. Here, Lilith is mentioned briefly, often as a demonic figure associated with lust and danger, a shadow that lurks in the darkness. It is critical to recognize that these initial appearances are fleeting and often cautionary, far from the elaborate narrative that would later coalesce. What cultural anxieties, then, gave rise to such a formidable figure, and why did she find a particular resonance within Jewish folklore? Decoding the scripture and its silences, case for and against Lilith. The most compelling argument for Lilith's existence as Adam's first wife does not come from explicit biblical mention, but rather from a profound silence and a subtle textual ambiguity within Genesis itself. Genesis 1:27 states, "So God created humankind in his own image. In the image of God he created them. Male and female he created them." This passage describes the simultaneous creation of male and female, a egalitarian act. However, Genesis 2 offers a different, more detailed account. The creation of Adam from dust, and then, later, the creation of Eve from Adam's rib, explicitly to be a companion, because it is not good for the man to be alone. Genesis 2:18. But are these merely symbolic pronouncements, or do they trace a precise, chilling roadmap to the very culmination of human history? What hidden truths, what profound warnings lie embedded within this cosmic countdown? Join us as we strive to illuminate the path, to discern the ancient echoes that resonate with urgent relevance for our present world. In this text, Lilith is identified as the woman created in Genesis 1:27. Crucially, she is presented as Adam's equal, created from the same earth, refusing to lie with him during sexual intercourse. Her assertion of equality, encapsulated in her refusal to submit, leads to a fierce argument with Adam. When Adam attempts to force her submission, Lilith pronounces the ineffable name of God and flies away, abandoning Eden for the Red Sea, where she consorts with demons and births thousands of demonic offspring. God, in turn, sends 3 angels, Senoi, Sansanoi, and Semengeloth, to retrieve her, but she refuses to return, vowing to torment human babies and men in their sleep, unless they bear an amulet with the names of the angels. This narrative, while never part of the biblical canon, vividly fills the textual void, providing a compelling, if apocryphal, answer to the Genesis box. The hidden theological meaning: autonomy, rebellion, and the feminine divine. Beyond a mere cautionary tale, the legend of Lilith offers profound theological and philosophical insights. At its heart, Lilith embodies the concept of female autonomy and resistance against patriarchal hierarchies. Her refusal to submit to Adam, based on her equal creation, challenges the established order of male dominance inherent in the Genesis 2 narrative. She represents a primordial force of untamed femininity, a wildness that cannot be domesticated or controlled. This aspect of Lilith resonates with archetypal figures of the dark feminine found in various mythologies, a powerful, sometimes destructive, but undeniably potent aspect of the female principle. Furthermore, Lilith's story implicitly critiques the ideal woman as presented through Eve, who is depicted as a helper, created for Adam, and later succumbs to temptation. Lilith, by contrast, chooses rebellion and exile over subservience. This dichotomy offers a fascinating lens through which to examine gender roles, power dynamics, and the struggle for independence within the broader theological framework. For some, Lilith represents a suppressed aspect of the divine feminine, a raw, powerful energy that was relegated to the demonic realm by evolving patriarchal religious traditions. Her story, therefore, becomes a lament for the loss of a more egalitarian vision of creation and a celebration of unapologetic selfhood, even if it comes at a great cost. Controversies and theories. A multifaceted interpretation. The legend of Lilith is far from a monolithic narrative. It has generated a wealth of diverse interpretations and debates across centuries. Within traditional Judaism, Lilith is largely dismissed as a demonic figure, a superstition to be warded off with amulets and prayers. Her narrative is seen as a cautionary tale against disobedience and a reinforcement of established gender roles. The Midrash Alpha Beta of Ben Sira itself, while influential, is a satirical text, and its portrayal of Lilith, while vivid, might have been intended to be humorous or polemical rather than literally theological. However, in more recent times, particularly within feminist theology and esoteric traditions like Kabbalah, Lilith has experienced a dramatic reinterpretation. For feminist scholars, Lilith has been reclaimed as a powerful symbol of female liberation, a prototype of the woman who refuses to be subjugated. She represents the strength to break free from oppressive structures and the courage to forge one's own path, even if it means exile. She is seen not as evil, but as a misunderstood rebel, a voice for the marginalized and silenced. In certain branches of Kabbalah, Lilith takes on an even more complex role, sometimes identified as the queen of demons, but also as a powerful spiritual entity, a manifestation of divine judgment, or a dark aspect of the Shekinah, the feminine presence of God. Here, her negative associations are not erased, but integrated into a broader understanding of cosmic balance and the interplay of light and shadow in the spiritual realms. The very controversy surrounding Lilith speaks to her potent archetypal power, a figure so compelling that she continually defies simple categorization, reflecting the evolving anxieties and aspirations of humanity. Part 3. Conclusion. The Eternal Echo. As our candlelight flickers low, we emerge from the shadows of Lilith's legend, having traversed ancient texts, theological ambiguities, and cultural anxieties. We have seen how a brief biblical silence, combined with existing Mesopotamian folklore, gave rise to a powerful narrative in medieval Jewish tradition. Lilith, whether a historical figure, a theological construct, or a potent literary device, offers a profound reflection on questions of equality, autonomy, and the complex nature of the divine feminine. Did Adam truly have a first wife before Eve? The canonical scriptures offer no direct affirmation, and historical evidence points to a later emergence of her detailed legend. Yet, the story of Lilith endures, not necessarily as a literal truth, but as a compelling myth that speaks to deeper human truths. She is a mirror, reflecting our own struggles with power, rebellion, and the search for identity. Her tale invites us to ponder the narratives we choose to believe, the voices we choose to silence, and the profound, sometimes unsettling, truths that can be found in the quiet spaces between the lines of our most sacred stories. What forgotten voices still echo in the halls of history, waiting for us to listen? Lilith.